Good afternoon. This is Harry the Third, also known as the Sigma Stoic, and this is my makeshift version of my podcast. This is not in the official studio. Uh, right now, we're on location somewhere else, and I'm making a podcast because I have something important to share with you. And of course, as always, I want to comment on the self growth and development that appears to be my purpose in life now at this stage after more than half a century of life has become my purpose and my main excitement to see growth and benefit starting with me, but I want as many people in this world to experience inner growth for yourself. Um, so my big question is, where do I start? This isn't my first podcast on the topic of self growth, but where do I start today? I would say one thing I want to compliment, one thing I want to speak on pertains to relationships. People really seem to have a struggle with relationships. And as I see, there's a thing, there's a concept called unattached love. And I believe that this practice could definitely help the modern society and their rapid and very transactional view of relationships. Everybody's in it for their own personal gain, so they're quick to attempt to police somebody else's behavior and hope that they can ensure their external gratification. By the same token, they want complete freedom. So it's as if nowadays you have people that want to be in a relationship but still want to have options. So they want to be in a relationship that still be single, so to speak. And that simply is not working. Relationships used to be about dedicating yourself to somebody's. The two of you support each other and pick each other up wherever you can or whenever you can. But nowadays, people are coming into it with their hands out. I need this, I need that, I want this, I want that. I'll pay minimal attention to you as to what you need, but I come first, you come back. And so after I get what I need, then I'll consider maybe I'll help you. That doesn't work. In the case of unattached love, what you're dealing with is you have no concessions to give to the other person. For instance, meaning, okay, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. I'm going to police your behavior to make sure that you're just right for me. However, I myself still want to have my peace of mind. I still want to be able to make a lot of critical decisions for myself. And the number one thing that you understand as a couple when it comes to unattached love, okay, we are a couple. This is not an open relationship. But despite That's it. Everything else is up for grabs. So if you're with somebody and they have a tendency to act as if they're single, you always got a roving eye for somebody else. When you practice unattached love, there are no such conditions. Hey, you can't go to this place to socialize with your friends. Hey, you can hang out with that ex-boyfriend of yours. Whatever they want to do, hey, go ahead and do it. But understand, you're not going to issue consequences for them, or to them rather. You're simply going to understand that, hey, whatever you choose to do for yourself, go ahead and do it. And at any time, if you or you cross a boundary of mine, then I'm going to have to act on it. Now, this is something that you don't warn them about ahead of time. So, like I said, they don't feel like you're trying to police them. But if your girlfriend says, "Hey, my ex is really going through a difficult time, and they called for me to come see them tonight to comfort them," um, don't stay up late waiting up for me. I'm going to be coming back home late. So look, but I need to go and be by this. Well, first of all, understand so well connected to this person who's an ex. I mean, the relationship already ended, and now you're in a relationship with them. If they still want to go by and be by this person's side, they should still be with them. So you grant them as such. Hey, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't go and comfort this man or this woman and then come back to me after afterwards as if everything is okay. That doesn't work. So when you see those red flags, rather than just downgrade them to pink flags or maybe orange flags, whichever, red flag is a red flag. If they're doing things in a way that you don't particularly care for, then hey, cut them loose and move on and do it effective immediately. So they've got to understand, look, if I'm going to treat you right and I'm going to be a positive force in your life, I can't just simply think about me all the time. Now, if they were like, look, I want to go back to school to finish my degree that I was working on before, and I would very much like your emotional support. I know you can give me the money I need, and I do have other sources for that. Certain loans I can take out. You love one of them who's willing to give me the money, but I need your emotional support and also understanding that when I am pursuing this degree, I'm going to be spending a lot of time on campus. I'm going to be spending a lot of time studying the subject matter, and I need for you to understand that, hey, look, I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to be selfish. I understand what you're dealing with. I understand that you are trying to grow and develop. And I give you open range to do that. We don't have to break up. We can get together when and where we can. But when it comes to you having enough space to pursue this goal of yours, you have my blessing. This is not something where I'm going to hold it against you. And if it does turn out that I'm struggling to hold it against you, we'll just come together and talk. Not that I'm expecting you to renege on your pursuit, but as a friend and as a companion, help talk me through what I'm dealing with. So it'll be okay and you can move on and keep going and I can sit by and support you. But that's what unattached love is. It's being able to say, hey, look, I understand this is important to you. I understand to do this to fulfill certain goals you set for yourself prior to us getting together, and I support your growth. So I support you doing it. Um, you're not a possession of mine. You are someone that I've targeted my love and compassion for, but I don't own you. I don't possess you. And you're not here for me to make you do what I want to do. So you don't have to jump through a bunch of hoops to please me. By the same token, I have the same consideration and benefit. So if I decide that I want to pursue something that doesn't go against any boundaries that we have understood in this relationship,